observe this, you'll find it fascinating. Now then, hear this. Upper robot, left face. Lower robot, forward march. I gave you a direct order.
Are you sure you want to do this to me, Dr. Smith?
Don't delay, do as I say. Upper half, left face. Lower half, forward march.
Well, this is it.
1, 2, company halt. 1, 2, left, right, company halt.
I hope you realize, Dr. Smith, by splitting my body this way, you may also be splitting my personality.
If you had a personality to split, which you do not, you are an impersonal collection of inanimate hardware, nothing more.
Oh, I don't see why you had to split him in two. Just because standing watch bores you. Why couldn't you thought of something else to do?
Boredom, like necessity, William, is very often the mother of invention. By separating the upper and nether regions of the robot, I can now use the nether part as a mobile carryall without having to listen to the inane cackling of the upper part. It's really very simple. I shall demonstrate. Let us assume that the carryall is now loaded with an appetizing hot luncheon for me. 10 paces forward to the rear, march. Come back!
Push the wrong button.
Come back to the rear! Oh, lads! Come back to the rear, march!
Now you've done it. You've launched the pod into space. You and your mothers of invention. Why can't you have invented something simple, like a padded cell?
What's going on here? No, don't tell me. Come on, we've got to get it back.
I'm sorry I said that about the padded cell, but you asked for it.
Neutralized pod propulsion system.
Neutralized.
Ascent thrusters on.
Ascent thrusters. It's not responding.
It's moving away from us.
Right toward that planet.
Enough gravity pull coming off of that planet to pull us in too if we get any closer.
Oh, that was quite a jolt.
Are you all right, robot?
Though Pod's landing was not very smooth, it jarred me from head to. Oh.
I know how you feel. You feel like your tread section is still with you, even though it's not.
Man, do I.
You'd better tell him, Dr. Smith.
Well, you see, in the course of teaching him to accelerate his response to orders, you accelerated the lower half of him into that pod, right? I'm afraid so.
For 2 cents, Smith, I'd accelerate you down there. What do you say, John? Do we go down for it?
To a planet we know nothing about, till it's too late to pull out?
We can get a spectrometer reading on it.
It's coming from that planet. This is the Jupiter 2. Come in.
You are understood, Jupiter 2. The vehicle which landed here, was it dispatched from the Jupiter 2? If so, for what purpose? Answer, please.
It wasn't dispatched. The landing was unintentional. We'd like it returned.
It is at your disposal, if you will come and get it.
Well, do you have facilities to handle our landing? Come in. Come in. Well, if we care to risk it, we're invited down.
Well, I've got a fix on the location, if that's any help.
I'm sure it will be, Professor. You may as well set us down. Well, even if I do decide to, it doesn't let you off the hook. Doesn't look very inviting.
You ever see Earth from 2,000 miles out?
All right, we'll take her down.
Lower deck and strap in. Pass the word on to your mother.
Yes, sir.
There's the pod.
That's strange. There's no one down there.
Looks like it could be some kind of an industrial area. What kind of industry?
And what kind of life forms? Robot, give me a rundown on the atmosphere and life forms.
Atmosphere, there is. On life forms, I do not have sufficient data. However, they do exist.
You'd think there'd be somebody down there to greet us. This is the Jupiter 2, in your landing area. Come in. That's odd.
Well, this is a pleasant surprise. A nice, clean city instead of a dismal planet. Are they friendly?
I think they're playing hard to reach.
Perhaps they're preparing a welcoming reception for us. I can hardly wait. Shall we go?
For the time being, I prefer to wait. I have a hunch they're afraid of us.
In that case, I shall set their fears at rest by explaining exactly what happened. The moment they see me, they'll realize that we come in peace. Is it safe, do you think?
Well, you're the ambassador of goodwill, Smith. You tell us.
And while you are out there, Dr. Smith, send back my tracks. I do not like my present state of immobility.
Ah!
We better keep an eye on them just in case.
Look, there's Dr. Smith.
Keep away! Don't touch me! Can't you see my white flag?
What is this white flag? Is it a weapon for doing injury?
No. It's a flag of truce. Here, take it. I wouldn't injure you, not for anything in the world.
What world are you from?
The planet Earth. Surely you've heard of it. It's a very civilized planet, and we are so peace-loving. Now may I go?
No. How many like you on that great vehicle?
There are 6, but they're not like me.
Not like you? They are different? How?
Well, you see, we have brunette, blonde, blue eyes, brown eyes, tall, short, handsome, not so handsome, strong, weak, an assorted potpourri of types. I, of course, fall into the handsome, strong category.
You are a strong, handsome type.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed, I am.
Very interesting. I should like to see the other types. All different from each other, yes?
Oh, yes. Yes, they are.
Tell them we shall visit them soon. Go.
Yes. You shall visit them soon. I'll tell them. Oh, dear. What a dreadful experience.
You mean no welcoming reception, Smith?
What was the dreadful experience?
It was terrible. When I opened the hatch of the pod, a ferocious beast of prey with venomous fangs and the claws of a grizzly bear lunged at me, breathing noxious fumes.
And you just picked him up in your arms and threw him over the precipice, right, Smith? Why don't you just admit you were too scared to go beyond that pod?
You're a cold, cruel man, Major. Have you no compassion for me? Professor, I urge that we leave before they come.
They?
The others. They have evil designs on us. We must leave at once.
Oh, now look, Dr. Smith, it's very easy to imagine all sorts of terrors when you're out there alone. Why don't you just go on to your cabin and have a little rest?
We better get the pod ourselves.
You spoke correctly. You are indeed all very different from each other. It is very strange. Blonde, blue eyes. Brunette, brown eyes, tall, short. You may be useful to us when you are united with the section I observed in their smaller vehicle.
Oh,
Is anyone hurt?
it was he, the beast I told you about. I know it was. Oh, I feel cold, as though I'd been immersed in ice water.
Oh, there now, Dr. Smith. Shh, that's all right now. Yeah, I heard a high-pitched signal, and I sort of felt this presence, but I couldn't do anything about it.
I could feel it touch me, but I couldn't even scream or move.
They've got the rest of the robot.
Calamity, calamity!
Dr. Smith, calm yourself.
We may not be dealing with any ferocious beasts of prey, but obviously there's a dangerous life form down there that prefers intimidation to communication.
He communicated with me.
The beast of prey with venomous fangs, Smith?
Perhaps I exaggerated a bit. He was of indeterminate shape.
Never mind what he looked like. What did he say?
He wanted to know where we were from, and when I told him, he wanted to know then whether we all looked like each other.
I hope you denied that.
Naturally, Major.
Well, perhaps the life forms here are all lookalikes.
Dad, where's the rest of the robot?
I would assume they took him with them. The sooner we leave here, the better.
And leave the robot?
Well, we don't have any choice. Out of luck, John. They not only took the robot with them, they knocked out our guidance system and power.
Robot?
The small Earth traveler come? Is he curious?
Sure, I'm curious. But the real reason I came was to get our robot back.
He is in good hands.
But he belongs to us. You had no right to take him. And you also had no reason to mess up our ship so we couldn't leave.
We have very good reason. Look there. To you is extremely accurate, yes?
Well, even if it is, that doesn't prove anything.
Look at us. It is good to be alike and uniform. If some of us are different from each other, like you. You are great travelers. In your vehicle, you come and go from the planet Earth. We who are all uniform are not able to do the adventurous things you have done. To be like you would make us superior. We have been too long content with our uniformity. It has made us complacent. And to be complacent is but one step from decay and the end of our civilization. This is a noble and daring experiment.
What do you mean? What experiment?
These duplicates will be the advance guard of our civilization towards a brave new vitality.
All right, fine. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, I guess. And now, will you please give us our robot and release our ship?
The small Earth traveler is mistaken if he thinks these are only imitations. Your robot will explain.
Robot! Are you all right? Come on, we've got to get you back where you belong.
This is where I belong, small Earth traveler.
Please, quit playing games.
I play no games. It is my function to assist the members of the advance guard on their daring but noble mission.
What mission?
To replace the Earth travelers. To appropriate their vehicle, the Jupiter 2. To set a course for the planet Earth and make that planet ours.
Do you realize what you're saying? what they're trying to do, and what's going to happen to us if they do this. And when they get there, he said that they were going to make Earth theirs.
Well, how did you get away? Did the robot help you?
They just let me go. They managed to get the robot over to their side somehow.
Yeah. Well, it's quite a program they've planned for themselves. They make exact duplicates of us, hijack the ship, and head for home. Our home.
Perhaps we should secrete ourselves in the bowels of the ship. Then we'll get to Earth, too.
Where do you suggest you secrete yourself, Smith? In the exhaust stack? If they do take over, they'll be all over the ship.
Were they real-life duplicates, Will? Not quite, but they were well on their way.
I defy anyone to make a duplicate of me. It's really quite impossible.
Well, how do you defy a life force that can black us out, blow the entire propulsion unit, and transform themselves into living, breathing human beings, huh?
Dad, I tried talking to their chief. I guess that's what you'd call him. But he just wouldn't listen. He just kept telling me their plans.
Well, maybe I can get him to listen to me. And this time I'm giving the order out loud. No one leaves the ship till Dawn and I return.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. There are the tubes. There's no duplicates.
Will couldn't have made up that story.
Let's take a look. I believe you wanted to talk to us. We did talk. I guess I need a little time to get used to the fact that I seem to be talking to myself. Now we've achieved our purpose. I guess. That is a popular expression with you, isn't it?
The expression may be popular, but take it from me, that doesn't go for you. Or you. That remains to be seen. I guess.
Why are you doing this? Didn't the small Earth traveler tell you? He's to be my son. You'll never get away with it. You'll be exposed as imposters the moment you land on Earth. The fact that our appearance shocked you so proves otherwise. Let's get him!
Do not resist. It is futile.
What do you intend doing with us? And the rest of my family?
Until we return from the planet Earth with our first report, you will be kept here in a state of preservation as our prototypes. Our method is quite harmless, as you will see. Our first test. I think we succeeded rather well.
Sure did.
What's that? We mustn't use it too often.
You're the boss.
Don't you ever forget that.
We are at the beginning of a great rebirth for our people. As soon as I have imprisoned the others, you will proceed to carry out your mission.
What are you doing, Dr. Smith?
Oh, William. Trying to find a place to hide until we reach Earth, but I can't seem to find any receptacle large enough for me. Oh, William, I'm so frightened. What shall I do? Where shall I go?
Well, maybe Dad's talked them out of their plan by now.
Oh, no. Oh, no. If he had, he and the Major would have been back by now. William, it grieves me to say this, but I'm afraid we must reconcile ourselves to the fact that they may never return. But we must protect ourselves. We must find a place to hide.
Why don't you try Don's idea? The exhaust sack.
William! 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 Where are you going?
To look for them.
But your father's orders.
Dr. Smith, you said he wasn't coming back, so the order is canceled.
Oh, William, please stay. I fear for your safety.
Dr. Smith, they were kind of friendly to me last time. Well, in their own crazy way. I mean, they didn't hurt me.
Then perhaps we should go together. Whatever their plans are, they may be kind enough to let us fly to Earth with them.
You never think of anything but Earth, do you?
Oh, sadness, oh, sorrow, William. What else is there to think about?
Come on, Dr. Smith. It's in here somewhere if I can just find it. Come on, Dr. Smith.
I'm looking for a sign.
What kind of sign?
Abandon all hope, ye that enter here. There usually is such a sign in a place like this.
Well, there's no sign, Dr. Smith, and you don't have to abandon hope. But if that's the way you want to be about it, you go back to the Jupiter and I'll go it alone.
William, no. In for a dime, in for a dollar, I always say. Or at least I used to say in the dear old days beyond recall.
All right, put some snap into it. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got a lot of numbering up to do. Order 3.
William, reassure me. Tell me that you are the real William.
He's not.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Faster, 1.
I'm not among them. Perhaps they've forgotten about me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thoroughly incompetent.
That's you all over, Dr. Smith.
All right, that'll be all. Once we're in flight, we'll continue with our daily physical training as the vanguard of this great mission. We must never let our defenses down for one moment. At the first sign of suspicion by anyone we come in contact with, we will use every means at our disposal for their annihilation. Are you girls ready?
I'm sure we are, Father.
Go ahead. We'll We'll join you when we get your signal.
William, your poor sisters. What's going to happen to them?
The same thing that happened to Dad and Don, unless we can find a way to stop them. Over there.
Mother? What is it, Judy?
Neither Will nor Dr. Smith is down here. Shall I look around outside?
No. Come back on deck.
All right.
Who are you? What have you done with my husband and Major West?
They have been well preserved, as you will see.
Don't you come near me.
Do not run. There will be less likelihood of injury to you if you resign yourself to a condition you are powerless to change.
It can't be.
I don't believe it. Do we look well, Mother?
Perfect, dear. Just perfect.
The only ones missing are the young one, Will, and the ancient one, Smith. He said he was the handsome one.
In that case, so am I.
Did you tell him that, Dr. Smith?
I'm afraid I did, William.
You will act exactly as he does. Boastful, awkward, and lazy.
Do we hunt the other two down?
We'll look for them on the way to the ship. Robot, front and center.
The members of the advance guard are ready to proceed with their mission.
Prepare the crew.
Hide, William. The moment they see us, we're doomed. They'll put us into the preserving cylinders.
We've got to get on that ship and stop them from lifting off.
No, no. We're safer here with our real family than with those dreadful duplicates, especially that one of me.
We're all here. Lead the way, Robot.
Dr. Smith, this is our last chance. We've got to get on that ship with them.
No, no. There will be two of you and two of me.
There won't.
A karate chop. We must have their clothes. William, look. Webbed fingers. Oh dear. They've left me behind.
All right, now, girls, you know the procedure. Everyone has to be strapped in during liftoff. And Dr. Smith, that goes for you and for Will, too.
Yeah, sure. Just be your normal, awkward self, Dr. Smith.
Awkward indeed. It's my duplicate.
Didn't hit him hard enough. Hit him again. Then grab him and throw him in your cabin.
But I don't know how.
Just do it. I'll cover for you. This thing's stuck.
Oh, well, I'll help you with it. Where's Dr. Smith?
You know how he's supposed to be. Lazy and awkward. I'm sure he'll be along in a minute.
I hope he doesn't overdo his role.
Better late than never, Dr. Smith.
Oh, good heavens, you sound just like the real... Yes, Penny dear. Better late than never.
Stand by for liftoff.
All right, from now on until our eventual return, we are the true Earth travelers. You will never refer to yourselves in any other way.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems go! Control is now homed in on the planet Earth.
You know, I still can't get used to the idea that we're different from each other.
That's only the surface impression. Underneath, we're as identical as we ever were.
Are we? I'm not so sure about that anymore. After all, I am the leader. Report your velocity, navigator.
I don't like your tone of voice. We're still uniform. You don't have to act superior to me.
I am the leader. I am Professor John Robinson. Report your velocity, Major West.
Dad and Don would never argue like that. Dr. Smith, we've only got one chance of gaining control of this ship. And that's to win the robot back to our side. Now, I want you to keep them busy while I work on the robot.
But, William, no, Webb. They'll know at once that I'm not one of them.
Just be your usual self, Dr. Smith, and they won't notice a thing. The important thing to do is keep talking to them.
Oh, William. How do I communicate with alien doubles?
With double talk, I guess. You remember me, don't you, robot? Answer softly.
You are the small Earth traveler.
You know my name as well as I do. You also know I'm the real Will Robinson, don't you?
Our mission is to replace the Earth travelers, to appropriate their vehicle, to set a course for the planet Earth and make that planet ours.
Well, but that's their mission, not ours. You've got to help me turn this ship back and rescue the family.
I hear you talking, small Earth traveler, but what you are telling me does not compute.
Boy, they've really changed you, but good. Maybe I can reprogram your tapes.
If you make any attempt to change me, I shall be forced to defend myself.
Such fascinating instruments. What is this one?
Inertial guidance system. If that means anything to you.
Indeed it does. It means that we are being guided to the planet Earth. Oh, joy, oh, bliss. I shall show you gentlemen around once we get there. I shall be your guide.
To a planet you've never seen?
I was speaking figuratively, you understand. I have very sound instincts for the pursuit of happiness in all its aspects.
I'm not sure I like this. Smith, you seem very different from us. Maybe too different.
No, I'm just as different as you are.
And to make sure you don't change, get the guns from the rack, go below and clean them.
Yes, Major.
Hurry up!
Yes, Major.
According to rank, Major, I should have given Smith that order.
I gave him that order to get rid of him. Anyway, I thought of it first.
You know, I think you're trying to take over. And if you know what's good for you, you'll quit trying.
Don't you threaten me. Just remember, underneath you're no different than I am.
Now, look!
Is anything wrong?
No,
I thought I heard you say you were more different than Don was.
I am.
That's a lie.
Well, you're supposed to be the best of friends, and now you're fighting. But I guess even good friends have to argue once in a while. It is hard getting used to the fact that we're not alike anymore. But I'm sure you'll work it out.
Toothbrush, lotion, comb and brush.
What have you got there, Dr. Smith?
Just some articles for gun cleaning.
Did I hear a sound in there?
Just some loose objects being buffeted about by the motion of the ship, my dear.
Oh, well, I'll put them safely away.
Don't go in there! Cabin is mine, I'll take care of it. Oh, dear, I suddenly feel quite hungry. Would you be good enough, Judy dear, to ask your mother to prepare 2 or 3 of her lovely large sandwiches for me?
Sandwiches are Earth food, Dr. Smith, not ours. Have you changed that much?
Oh, no, of course not. For a moment, I forgot who I really was. Now you be still, you terrible person. William, my dreadful duplicate. He almost got free.
Boy, that would be awful. Well, I hope you tucked him away good this time.
But
Dr. Smith, I couldn't get anywhere with the robot. He's all theirs.
not to worry, William. Once we return to Earth, we shall expose him for the traitor he really is.
Don't you understand? We can't let them get to Earth. If they do, they'll keep making more and more duplicates until they take over. And besides, they have the Jupiter. We can't rescue the family without it.
Oh, dear.
There's only one thing we can do.
What?
Divide and conquer.
Dr. Smith, here's your lunch. You'd better eat it right away while it's hot, or it won't be very good.
Thank you, madam. It's delicious.
Will, would you like some?
No thanks, Mom. Not right now.
What's all the commotion?
That one. He beat me savagely all the way to the ship. Then he took my case. I recovered and tried to come aboard, but he beat me again, then bound and gagged me and threw me in here. Annihilate him! Annihilate him! He's lying. I'm one of you. He's the imposter. No, I'm not. Look!
Yes, he's telling the truth. He is one of us.
Quickly, your true name, the planet of your birth, and your normal lifespan.
How can he remember? We were all conditioned to be what we are, not what we were.
Small Earth traveler, you're very clever. But not clever enough. We retain the memory of what we once were. You'll both be cast adrift. Our signals will transport you back where you can join the rest of your crew. If you're lucky enough to get there. Take them up.
Danger! Danger! Man your stations! Vehicle in direct path of meteor storm! The small Earth traveler performed commendably in bringing the Jupiters safely through the storm.
Can't you just forget that small Earth traveler stuff and just be yourself?
I am doing the best I can. The shaking up I just received has helped considerably. However...
I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
Robot! Inside. Stand guard over the prisoner.
I guess you're gonna throw me in there, too.
I've changed my mind about casting you adrift. You'll remain with us till we reach Earth. You were very useful in handling the ship during that storm. You'll come in handy in case we have another.
Well, maybe I just won't want to be handy.
You will? Unless you want something to happen to your friend, Dr. Smith.
You look like my dad, and you've got his voice. But he'd never say things like that. You're nothing but a criminal. You're both criminals.
Bear one thing in mind. Our civilization faces decay because of our sameness. We go to Earth to learn to be different.
How? By taking over this ship? By imprisoning my family? By taking over Earth when you get there? That's just being criminals. You can't go to Earth. You've got to turn back. You've got to let my family go.
All right. That'll be enough of that small Earth traveler.
His name is Will Robinson.
Another county you heard from.
I just thought you should know his real identity.
We know. Did that storm put our ship off course?
You're the navigator, and you should know. Unless he knows more than you do.
We know as much as each other.
But he's a commander. He should know more.
Now let him tell us if our ship is on course.
We're being inertially guided. We're on course.
Correction. The storm definitely affected our bearings. I suggest 2 minutes portside thrust, to be followed by 3 minutes stern thrust for correction.
You'd better be right.
He always was when he belonged to us.
Follow the robot's orders.
Giving up your authority to a robot?
Commander. That'll be enough out of you. Robot! Hold him.
Was that an accurate correction you gave them, robot?
Who knows? The only thing I hope is that Earthward, it will not take them.
Nice work, robot. I guess we're back together again, right?
I hope so, Will Robinson. I hope so.
Now, do you think you can get me into the pod without them noticing it?
Get thee behind me, Will Robinson. I will do what I can.
Where's the boy?
Since he is not on this deck, it would be logical to assume that he went below.
You disobeyed orders and nearly sent us off course. So much for him. Now we'll find the small Earth traveler.
William, what are you doing?
Alpha Control, come in. This is Will Robinson aboard the Earth ship Jupiter 2. If this ship approaches Earth, do not allow to land.
telling them not to let us land.
Dr. Smith, the robot tried to set them off course, but it didn't work. Now, just in case, I'm warning Alpha Control. Now, please stay away from the radio.
Oh, dear, so near, yet so far.
Come in, Alpha Control. Do you read me?
We searched the galley. Nothing.
I repeat, this is Will Robinson on the Jupiter 2. If this ship approaches Earth, do not allow it to land. It is hostile. Do you read me, Alpha Control? I can't raise... I don't know if they're getting my message or not.
Well, it seems that they got the message.
The small Earth traveler's responsible for this. He ruined everything. Keep searching. We'll try the upper deck.
Robot, what happened?
Never mind him. We're sitting ducks. Let's get out of the way of those missiles.
Robot, you're needed. You've got to help me change our course. We're being attacked from Earth.
It is too late, Will Robinson. They are coming.
Dr. Smith, get on the radio. Try and get through to Alpha Control. Tell them that the aliens are landing the Jupiter and they're trying to take over the Earth.
Yes.
I'll try and get us off automatic control.
Yes. Play dead, you silly goose. You'll give away the game.
Play dead? I'm as good as. This goose is cooked.
He's got to be somewhere.
This is the famous galactic traveler, Dr. Zachary Smith. Do you read me, Alpha Control? I'm in a dreary little space pod which I shall presently release for a joyous landing on Earth. So hold your fire until I give the signal, and then you may blast the Jupiter to kingdom come.
There he is, a little traitor. I'll make them stop. You're responsible for this.
Even if I wanted to, I couldn't get through to them.
Isn't there anything we can do?
You could try evasive action, but their missiles will follow you anyway.
There must be some way out of this.
There's one way. Go back where we came from.
Did it? Do we go back?
No, we land as programmed. But first we get rid of this little metal.
If Commander endangered the ship, the next in command...
There is no next in command.
We'll never get through.
I say we will.
Now, robot! Nice work! All right, come on, we've got to turn the ship.
Too late, Will Robinson. We have just landed on Earth.
Earth? Did someone mention Earth? Oh, good heavens, my bag. Excuse me. Excuse me. Beg your pardon. Chicago!
All right, let's go!
Stacker, wheat, hog, butcher to the world!
Better strap in, Dr. Smith. I'm taking the ship back where it came from.
William, it's the loop. I know the loop. I've been there many times. Oh, I do hope I look all right for the photographers. Stop it! Reverse the engines! Oh, please, my dear sirs, we meant you no harm. Please take us back to Earth.
It's too late.
Signal. We have failed.
Signal? What signal?
Where are you? Where have you gone? Come back!
What have you done with my family?
They are free. Look.
Dad! Mom!
The mission on which I dispatched an advance guard is at an end. We who are alike and uniform in all our ways still have much to learn about the ways of those who are different from each other. What we are, we must remain, until a change comes within ourselves, and not at the expense of others. Go.
Here we come, Dr. Smith.
Right face, Dr. Smith. Forward, march.
I'm doing this only to indulge you.
It is the only way I can recover my self-respect.
Self-respect indeed. Beware, movie! Beware! Stop this. Let me out, you hear? Let me out.
You want to let him out?
No, I don't want to let him out. What about you?
I've got work to do. Stay tuned for some exciting scenes from next week's show.
Trouble with boys is you don't have any imagination.
I don't see there's anything wrong with a palace, as long as you know you're pretending.
Next week, an adventure in space fantasy awaits Penny Robinson when Brother Will disappears in a magic carpet.
What brought their prize?
Where's Dr. Smith? What have you done to him?
Now, I only reduced him to tape, that's all. There we are. That's him. Oh, Your Majesty. Hut!
You're very pretty.
Smith, you're out of your mind again. You'd better start explaining.
I thought you need some help.
There's no one like that on our planet.
Lie to me, would you worthless little whelp? Attack! Up the machines! Down the people!
Next week, Princess of Space on Lost in Space.